Hello students, how are you all? I hope you all are doing good. Children, as you all are aware that we were doing chapter 8, that is wind, storm and cyclones. So in that children, we have already finished with the part like what are the different characteristics of air that we have done. That is, air exert pressure, it expands on heating. All these features we have already finished with it. So today I'll be starting with thunderstorm only. Thunderstorm, like many times, rain is associated with lightning. Many of times we have seen that rain is associated with lightning and thunder means when we are talking about heavy rains which comes with lightning and thunder, that is known as thunderstorm. Now this happens mostly in the summer. Why it happen mostly in the summer? Since in summer only water from uh, different water resources, it will be evaporated, goes into atmosphere, and com- that water vapors is easily that will be condensed in the atmosphere. And normally since this process mostly common in summers only, since sunlight reaches earth easily and causes such kind of a effect. So that is thunderstorm. Now thunderstorm occur frequently in hot and humid tropical areas such as India. Now India comes in hot and humid tropical areas, like tropical rainforest is quite often in our country, and most of the animal or different species of animal we find it out in tropical rainforest. So hot and humid tropical areas, that is a such kind of a common thing which happen in this area. Now in summer the air rises up along with lot of moisture. Now after rising up to a certain height, water vapor cools down and starts coming down in the form of water droplets. Now in summers only different places and different uh, water resources, it is easy for them also to get rise their water vapors, it goes into atmosphere, and then suddenly reaching attaining to some height, they got condensed and then they are forming water droplets. Now the swift drifting of water droplets creates electricity among clouds. Now this manifests in the form of lightning and sound. Now this is known as thunderstorm. So complete process you can find it out from here, that how thunderstorm happens and how we find it out, what kind of atmosphere we will find it out in thunderstorm. So all these things we can compile from here. Like many a times rain is also associated with lightning. Rain with lightning is called thunderstorm. This happens mostly in the summers. Thunderstorms occur frequently in hot and humid tropical areas such as India. Now India comes in tropical areas. If I'm going to talk about that what kind of a weather we find it out in India, that is monsoon weather we find out. And frequently changing weather, hot and humid weather we will finding out in our country. Now in summer the air rises up along with lot of moisture. After rising up to a certain height, water vapor cools down and starts coming down in the form of water droplet. The swift drifting of water droplets creates electricity among clouds. Now, this manifests in the form of lightning and sound. Now, this is known as thunderstorm. So, thunderstorm is such kind of a condition when water droplet rises up due to heat of the sun in the atmosphere, then they cools down and start coming down in the form of water droplets. Now, the swift drifting of water droplets create electricity among clouds. Now, this manifests in the form of lightning and sound. Now, this is also known as, or this is only known as thunderstorm. A simple definition which we have done. Simple definition of thunderstorm which we have done, that is thunderstorm, uh, a storm which is associated with heavy rain, lightning and thunder is known as thunderstorm. And this mostly happen in the season of summer only. Since summer, in the summer season, the sunlight reach to our earth quite easily, and they can be shifted like easily. The water associated, or water which is present in different sources, they can be easily evaporated, goes into atmosphere. Now, after reaching certain height, water vapor rises up, they will cool down and they will condense. Then your thunderstorm will happen. Water, they come on earth in the form of water droplet, which is known as precipitation, and the swift drifting of water droplet causing electricity among clouds. Now, this manifests in the form of lightning and sound. Now, this is also known as thunderstorm. So, children, next we have thunderstorm. Now, in thunderstorm, one more important thing which you are have to keep it in your mind, like thunderstorm, what do's and don'ts which have been given in your book, like you do not take shelter in open areas, especially if you will find it out any metallic shed, there you are not going to take shelter. Why is it so? It says the lightning which is occur in the clouds, it needs uh, it need some source through which they can enter, or through which they can go inside the earth. So when you are standing in that open shed, or in open area, or under the tree, that tree is working like, your body will start working like an electric conductor, and it allows the electricity, that lightning, to pass through their body to goes into earth. As well as if you are standing in a shed area, there also the that lightning can be absorbed by your body, since that shed which is made up of metal, you all are aware of it, that metal is good conductor of electricity. So it will allows the electricity to pass through their body, and then it may cause harm, and you can got burn also, you can got an electric shock also, or your that something can be happen. So it is not recommended that you are standing under a tree in an open area, or a shed which is made in open areas. So then what we are supposed to do it nowadays in buildings, you must have observed that they will be using electric, that is lightning conductor. Lightning conductor is a metallic rod which is fitted on the roof, and that lightning conductor is allowing the light to pass through their body, and then it will be absorbed inside the earth. So that is very important, that lightning conductor is very important. Lightning conductor is used or specially recommended by the uh, engineers, which those who are making buildings and all. And this lightning conductor, if light fall on the building, that lightning is absorbed by this lightning conductor. What is that lightning conductor? Basically, lightning conductor is a wired, that is a metal rod, which is placed at the height, up to some height to that building. And when lightning fall, try, if it is supposed to fall on that building, that will be absorbed by this metallic rod. And then this metallic rod allows the light to enter into the ground through their, they have that connection with the ground only, so they allow them to enter the light into ground. So that is thunderstorm. Do not stand in an open area, or you can get inside car or bus, but do not touch the metallic part of it. Then what else you can do if you're inside your houses? Do not touch electrical sockets, or the electric electrical switches, fuse, all those things it is not recommended to touch. If your like sensible or sensitive things which are working, that can be turned off, like television and all, you can use a radio or battery operated radio, which will be used to get information about the uh, environment, that what is going to be happen. So these are the some precautions which you keep it in your mind when thunderstorm happens. And now we will move to our next, that is cyclones. Nice. Now cyclones, as you can see in the picture, that it is air which is moving, fast moving air towards the center, means a center which is known as eye of a cyclone. Eye of a cyclone. So around the eye of a cyclone, the fast moving air towards the center, that is there, usually with heavy rains, is called a cyclone. Now fast moving air towards the center, usually with heavy rains, is known as cyclones. Now wind direction, wind speed, humidity and temperature together create cyclone. When water vapor in the clouds. Now what is important in cyclone here, like fast moving air, picture you can see, picture will help you to understand cyclone a lot. Now fast moving air towards a center, usually with heavy rains, is known as cyclone. Now wind direction, wind speed, humidity and temperature together create cyclone. Most of the time it is asked from you all that what all are the elements of cyclone. So here the elements of cyclone are wind direction, wind speed, humidity and temperature. Together they create a cyclone. So fast moving air towards the center, usually with heavy rains, is known as cyclones. Wind direction, wind speed, humidity and temperature together create a cyclone. Now when water vapor in the clouds cool down, it releases heat, means the water vapor which is already present in the atmosphere, once it will cool down, it releases heat. Now this heat warms the air around the cloud. The warm air rises up and creates a low pressure zone. This low pressure zone is quickly filled in by cooler air from the surrounding. Now this create a system in which The center is having very low pressure and is surrounded by wind moving around it. Now the wind from the surroundings move in a circular fashion towards the center and give rise to cyclone. Now here I am going to mention cyclone. Before cyclone I am going to mention wind currents also. In currents we have done that convection, due to convection only wind currents happens. So the convection current is one of the reason of cyclone, like fast moving air towards a center. Actually what happened, that water vapor in the clouds cools down and it release heat. Now this heat warms the air. Now warm air rises up and cool air or cold air from the surrounding, they will rush to take its place. Now when warm air rises up, creates a low pressure zone, and this low pressure zone is quickly filled by cooler air from the surrounding. Now this creates a system in which the center is having very low pressure. That is why the center is known as eye of the cyclone, since there we have very low pressure and is surrounded by wind moving around it. Now the wind from the surrounding moves in a circular fashion towards the center and give rise to cyclone. So here the wind from the surrounding moves in a circular fashion and towards the center and give rise to the cyclone. So these are the certain reason how cyclone happens. And when water vapor in the clouds cool down, it releases heat also. This heat warms the air around the clouds. And the warm air rises up and creates a low pressure zone. It is very important to understand what is the eye of the cyclone. Some of the times, that is this low pressure area which is in the center, that is only known as eye of the cyclone. And here the destruction is the least. It will not responsible for any destruction at all. So cyclone, generally we find it out, cyclone, different type cyclones every year, many cyclones comes. Like this year also we met Hudhud cyclone was also there, then tsunami, and then different names of these cyclones we will be keeping. So now eye of the cyclone causes less destruction, and the cyclone is most often in coastal areas. So we find it out cyclones in coastal areas. About the cyclones, I hope this much information is sufficient. Like when water vapor in clouds cool down, it releases heat. Now this heat warms the air around the clouds. The warm air rises up and creates a low pressure zone. Now this low pressure zone is quickly filled by the cooler air from the surrounding. Now this creates a system in which the center is having very low pressure and is surrounded by wind moving around it. Now the wind from the surrounding moves in a circular fashion towards the center and give rise to cyclone. Now the center of the cyclone, many of times I have mentioned this. In the picture you can also see that this center of the cyclone, you can see this, where this cyclone start generating. Now the center of the cyclone is called eye of a cyclone, and maybe it is about 10 to 15 kilometer high. Now it is a rotating mass of air. The diameter of eye may be vary from 10 to 30 kilometer. Now eye of a cyclone is a calm area, but around the eye air may move with high speed such as 150 to 250 kilometer per hour. The center of the cyclone is called eye. A cyclone may be 10 to 15 kilometer high. Now it is a rotating mass of air. The diameter of eye may be vary from 10 to 30 kilometers. Now, eye of a cyclone is a calm area, but around the eye, air may move with high speed, such as 150 kilometer to 250 kilometer per hour. Do you know that tsunami which happened, a lot of destruction, that the speed of tsunami was 120 kilometer per hour? So you can expect or you can find it out that if the tsunami which causes a lot of destruction is having 120 kilometer per hour speed, then what will happen if the speed will be about 150 kilometer per hour to 250 kilometer per hour? Now it is recommended or it is mentioned always that cyclone may have speed around 250 kilometer per hour, or in your book it is mentioned 200 kilometer per hour, but it is up to 200 kilometer per hour. It does not mean that all the cyclone have the speed of 200 kilometer per hour. So it may have or may not, but less than or less than or equal to that only, but not approximately more than, but less than that also, like I have just now I have told you, like tsunami has 120 kilometer per hour speed, and such cause a lot of destruction it was caused by. So eye of the cyclone is quite clear. Now eye of the cyclone you can see in the picture also. If I can zoom this picture, you can see this. Okay. So this part is known as eye of the cyclone. You can see in this picture also eye of the cyclone. Okay. Now next we will be looking at the structure of the cyclone. Now yet another name of cyclone is hurricane, and sometime uh, when it is happening or when it is starting in sea, it is known as tornado also. Hurricanes also is cyclone only structure of the cyclone. Hurricane and cyclone. Hurricane is like spreading like a conical spherical form, like starting from one place and then spreading to the different areas. But here the in the cyclone, one eye portion, which is the middle portion, is fixed in that area. So that much area is fixed there, and they have one kind of a speed only. But hurricane, with the time span, they increase their speed, and we generally find it out hurricane in the sea, and cyclones we will be able to experience in the coastal areas. Hurricane happen in the that is also known as that is cyclones which occur in the sea, inside the sea, mostly faced by the uh, people, those who go for sailing, like fishermen or the ships which are carrying loads also from one country to another country. So now destruction caused by cyclone. What all destruction can be caused by cyclone? A strong cyclone can be very destructive. Since cyclone is accompanied with high speed winds, it can damage houses, telephone poles, electric poles, and uproot trees. So a lot many destruction that can be caused by cyclone. Important topic is there, that is destruction which are caused by cyclone. Many of times it is asked from you all that write down the destruction which are caused by cyclone. So a strong cyclone can be very destructive. Since cyclone is accompanied with high speed winds, it can damage houses, telephone poles, electric poles and uproot trees. Now, strong wind of the cyclone may push the sea water towards the sea shore in the form of high wave. Now, these high waves may damage houses and pushes water to lowland, which may be accompanied with loss of life and properties. Being the area of very low pressure, eye of cyclone lifts water in the center. This may cause the rise of water up to 3 to 15-meter high. Now this appears like a water wall. This water wall, when pushed towards sea shore, can inundate a large area, which can cause the loss of lives and property. Now in India, the eastern coastal region is more vulnerable to cyclone. Now in terms of intensity and frequency of cyclones compared to western coast. Now cyclone is known by different names in different countries. Now cyclone is known as hurricane in the American continent. It is also known as typhoon in Philippines and Japan. So yet another name of cyclone is there. What kind of a destruction which is caused by cyclone? Destruction which is caused by cyclone, like that is they can destruct, they can damage houses, telephone poles, electric poles, and they can uproot trees also. Now strong winds of the cyclone may push the sea water towards the seashore, and then from a seashore to lowland areas also. So that will be shifted to lowland areas and they may cause some destruction over there. Now the people, those who are living in lowland areas, they may lose their life as well as different properties also, which they find it out in that surrounding. Now eastern coastal region is more vulnerable, means they are going to find it out different storm in that area. So most of the storm we will be finding in eastern coastal areas as compared to western coastal areas. All these things are very important, like destruction which are caused by cyclone. That is again forming a single topic or single question, like what kind of a destruction will be caused by a cyclone, or what is the other name of cyclone in American continent, that is hurricane. What cyclone is called in Philippines and Japan, that is typhoon. So these are the certain things, you just go through it, and I hope now the topic is clear, like what is there in thunderstorm, what is there in cyclone, what are the other name of cyclone. One more picture I am going to show you here, that structure of tornado. Tornado also we have mentioned here, tornado, what is tornado. And tornado is also like when it is reaching quite higher, when that cyclic wave or cyclic air pressure that will reach up to some extent, up to some height, that is forming structure of tornado. Again important thing, you can find it out here and go through all these slides. Important points are there. Destruction of cyclones, what all destruction you are going to meet with it, all these things, important things, you just go through it and you just finding it that what all you are supposed to write it down there. So here I am going to finish the class for today. You just go through all these video and go through all these slides, and next I am going to discuss related to that only in the next class. So that's all for today, children. And one more thing, like important points which are given here, important points which are given in this slides, like destruction of cyclone, what all destruction which were caused by cyclone, that you can mention, that you can write somewhere, and then you can finish it with this. So that's all for today, children. Have a good day.